A viral claim has been going around that one town in Michigan had 780% voter turnout. This is not entirely correct, but it's kind of correct. And I want to talk about how, yes, there were strange circumstances where voter turnout exceeded 100%, as we know. And there are several media outlets trying to do fact checks, falsely framing things to make it seem like this didn't happen. First, let me just say, voter turnout never exceeds 100%. There are some possible reasons why it could happen. The official explanation in many circumstances we've seen in this election cycle is that people who were not previously registered on the same day. Thus, if you take a look at the registered voters a day before compared to how many people voted, it'll be higher than 100%. Others say people changed their addresses, thus altering the numbers or whatever. They try to give excuses or reasons or justifications, whatever. However, it's noted that even in places like Australia with compulsory voting, you can vote online or by mail. That's my understanding. They still don't reach 100%, only around 90 to 95. And the reason for it is that some people move and some people die. And those people will be on voter registration rolls even after it happens. You can force people to vote. You can't force dead people to vote. But I guess those accusations are floating around as well. So let me show you exactly what's going on with this claim first and break it down what it actually means. It is suspect. Bill Posey, a congressman from Florida, says, according to an affidavit in the Michigan lawsuit, one Michigan precinct township had 781.91% turnout. How does this happen? See Exhibit 14, page 3, link to Michigan lawsuit exhibits, which includes just below. And we can see City of North Muskegon, 781. Zealand Charter Township, 460%. Grout Township, 215%. Muskegon, 205. Detroit, 139. So, yeah, it's there. But let's pull this up and let me show you what they actually say. They say another statistical red flag can be observed in Michigan where even the very limited remaining public data reveals 643 precincts where voter turnout above 80%, voter turnout was above 80% according to county records. Further, if these very limited remaining public data votes were normalized to 80% turnout, still 15% plus or minus above normal, the excess votes are at least 36,812 over the maximum that could be expected. We anticipate that precincts with excess voter turnout will be even higher with complete public data. Some larger precincts in Wayne County and others are no longer publicly reporting their data. They are not saying turnout is, they're extrapolating. Turnout was around 80 or so percent in many of these districts. What they're saying is if you actually took the full data, because we only have a little bit, you would likely see voter turnout exceeding 100% in many circumstances. Well, there you go. So yes, they're basically saying we believe voter turnout exceeded this number, but we don't have the number definitively saying it. The reason I'm bringing this up is that the claim is going viral. It is important. And the left is saying it's not true. It's a projection. It's not true. And the right is saying, did you see voter turnout was over 780? It is a projection, but it's still statistically significant for those that are questioning what went crazy in this or what's going on in this election. It is very, very weird. But I give you the fact check. Let's break things down to better understand what's really going on. Thank you, USA Today, for informing me. Fact check. States don't have more than 100% voter turnout in an election. Oh, I was worried for a minute. They say the claim. Several key states had more ballots cast than registered voters. I'm going to stop you right there. That's not the claim. But let me read. They say even as Joe Biden prepares the White House as president-elect, prepares to enter, they copy editor, guys. The president and the internet are spreading misinformation about the election. A recent meme uses outdated data to argue fraudulent votes have undermined the integrity. Quote, it just so happened that we're on track to have more votes than registered voters in every single state that could potentially win Trump the election. Claims an image posted to Facebook on November 4th. You've been caught, Dems. The meme includes a table with the number of registered voters, projected votes, and voter turnout rate from several battleground states. Of the states listed, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Georgia, voter turnout is above 100% for all but Georgia. The data is attributed to Real Clear Politics and World Population Review. They're fact checking the specific meme. Okay. All right. I want to be reasonable. Yeah, that meme is likely not correct as far as I can tell. But the problem is people see stories like this, they see the headlines, and they miss what the bigger claim is. Also, it's always easier to go after low-hanging fruit, isn't it, USA Today? How about you fact check this claim? In every major swing state, let me be even careful. In several major swing states, there were precincts or counties that reported or projected greater than 100% turnout for some reason. Let's step it up. In some important precincts in key swing states, turnout did exceed 100%. In Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Florida, for instance. How do you explain those? Now, the viral tweet that I showed you earlier from Bill Posey, it's a projection based on the limited data they have. Warrants an investigation as far as I'm concerned, right? Most people, any honest person would say, sure, why not? Check this out. Analysis. How UCF's polling site managed to exceed 100% turnout. Oh, how did that happen? This is just one story. One. There's several. There's stories about it happening in Michigan and Wisconsin. I mentioned this. And it makes no sense. It defies logic. If you can't explain this, don't be surprised when the Republican legislatures say, we are going to appoint our own electors, and here's why. Here's the reality. The left and the right don't care to agree. They don't. The staunchest of Trump supporters say Trump won, period. Shut up, you're wrong. The left says Joe Biden he won, shut up, you're wrong. And there's no point in arguing because you're not going to convince anybody. It's just never going to happen. I tweeted something about the economy. Like, the economy is doing really well. And they said, see, the economy is doing really well thanks to Joe Biden. I'm like, Trump's still president. I did not argue in 2016 that the good economy was because Trump got elected. Some people did, and now they're saying the good economy is because Trump is still president. It's contradictory. I didn't say that. I'm saying Trump is actively the president, and Operation Warp Speed brought about this vaccine, which is giving investors confidence. And I get a response from famed comedian, actually, I think he's a funny guy, Jermaine Clement, saying Joe Biden won or is your president or is your president-elect or something like that. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not playing a tribal game. Isn't it funny that you point out these facts and this is what you get? I'm reminded of a tweet from Chris Raygun. He tweeted something like, there's always some, Trump sycophant who's going to come out and just claim Trump did something. And then to make a point about the media, I responded with, kind of like the media claiming Trump didn't pay any taxes when he paid millions. And Chris goes, right on cue or something like that. These people are tribalists. And it pains me to say Chris Raygun has definitely become, I don't know if it's like he's just like a low information. He's not paying attention. He doesn't care or he never did. But he really doesn't understand what's going on. The point I was making was that he was right, that tribalists just want to claim they're right. I don't know if I've never, followed him all that much, just some of his music videos and stuff like that. But I'm like, I DM'd him afterwards. I was like, I'm not wrong. Like, why are you acting like I'm here to defend Trump? It's a fact. The New York Times ran a story saying Trump didn't pay his taxes. And then you drop down several paragraphs and says he did. And I'm like, that's so dumb. Or when Jermaine Clement tweets at me, Joe Biden's your president or whatever, I'm like, who do you think you're tweeting at? Do you think I have a MAGA hat somewhere secretly hidden? I don't care. If Joe Biden wins, like I said, I'll laugh. Trump supporters don't like it. They mock me for saying it. They post memes about me and then Donald.win. Look, man, I can't control the win. I can only direct I can't control the win. I can only change the direction of my sales as it goes. So if Joe Biden wins, what am I supposed to do? Cry about it? No, I'll speak up about it and do my thing. But I'm going to laugh because, yeah, okay, I guess. We'll see who wins. I think it's going to be Joe Biden, but Trump does have a path because of things like this. But I tell you, man, we're at the point where it doesn't even matter anymore. People just want to be in their tribe. They want to believe what they believe, and they don't want to have the responsibility to actually do any research. You want to know why first of all, let me tell you this. You know why there's a meme, Tim Pool is a milquetoast fence sitter? It's because someone commented on one of my videos a couple years ago saying Tim Pool is a milquetoast fence sitter, and I thought it was hilarious, and so I kept saying it. I thought it was great. You want to know why I thought it was great? Because I don't know everything. So I'm not going to come out and say definitively this, that, or otherwise. I'll show you a source and say, based on this source, here's what seems to be the case, and here's what we've heard before. But for the most part, I don't come out with political opinions on you may notice this. When was the last time you saw a video where I was doing just strict arguments on fiscal policy for the year 2021 and the deficit and whether or not we should have pro-choice versus life and Planned Parenthood? I don't. You don't see that stuff from me. I don't know everything. I just can tell you what's going on with the news as it pertains to the culture war, not necessarily the political opinion on the individuals and what their policies are. In fact, I've praised Biden because he announced he wanted to pardon nonviolent drug offenders. I said Trump should do it because Biden's going to do it. It's a good thing. But the tribalists don't care. And here's the point. I think the right has a tendency to be correct because the left is low information. So, of course, when someone like, Chris Reagan tweets Trump sycophants, and then I just make a point agreeing with the tribalism, he takes issue with it. Yes, that's low information tribalism. The right will tell you, yes, I read the New York Times' story. It clearly states Trump paid $5.2 million in taxes. The left will say Trump didn't pay any taxes. So that's what we're left with. The right will say, here's the fraud. Here's the strange anomalies. This is in question. And the left will say, nuh-uh, Joe Biden won. Fraud, nuh-uh. I don't know how you solve for that. I really don't, but whatever. I'm not going to rant on. I'm done. It's Saturday, whatever. Hope you all are enjoying your holiday weekend. I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. on this channel in the next segment. Thanks for hanging out.